Good afternoon and welcome again, guys. Today I want to emphasize patience in pigeon racing. So I have a little result here of Lanesburg 1 in 2017. So back then we still had maybe the first three races would be younger the races, and then only afterwards your older birds would come into effect to race for points as a for competition, for you to accumulate points for the championship and so forth. So I have got numerous stories about patience with pigeons, of which two is where I won the TNSN in 2013, and then the following year in 2016 I went second on club level. The truck level, I have results of 2013 truck results, which on the result placed me 47th, but in actual fact the bird's position there is wrong. That I already made a video of. And then I don't have the truck results for the 2014 TNSN to Cape Town results. However, I do have the club results. So on club level, my bird did a second position, and then on the truck it did a 54th. So just to kick off the patient story with the 2013 and 2014 birds, both of them was bred in I think 2011. Yeah, I think they are 2011 bred birds. So the 2013 bird, in his first year of supposedly racing, which was 2012, I couldn't race the bird due to flights. So I prepared the bird, and then every time I wanted to raise the bird, the flights was not ready or proper for the bird to race. There was either a flight growing or the bird dropped the flight. So then I think somewhere in the middle of the season I decided, let me rather just keep this bird for the following year, which was then 2013. And then I started racing the bird 2013 from the start, kicked off, and I raced the bird until the handover of 2013. So 2013, the first race that the bird scored was the first handover of 2013, and the bird did a 6th position for me on that race, of which I also have the results there. And from there I raced that bird, and then raced the bird only again in the TNSN, of which he won the race. So that is the 2013 performance. Then a niece, his mother's sister's daughter, a niece of his, the same year bred 2011, also never scored for me. And then eventually in 2014 I pushed the birds, or I basket them for the long race, or TNSN in the WCTPA was the longest race point. So then I entered the bird into that race, and so for 2012, 2013, and then only in 2014 that bird scored for the first time, and she did a second place TNSN. So that is the 2013 and 2014 story for the two of them. Those birds, they are sisters' children. Okay, so their mothers are sisters, and both of them their mothers are duns. The one was a check dun, the other one was a blue dun. So my 2013 first place Tennyson is a checker cock, and then my 2014 is a blue white flight hen that came from a blue dun, and the 2013's mother was a checker dun. So that brings us now to my actual patient story of 2017. So what happened is, as I said, we at the start we only had the first 2 or 3 races of the season was baby races, and then afterwards the older birds would partake to accumulate points for their respective fanciers. So to start off, I don't know, for some reason I always breed late and my birds is never ready for the first race. My babies especially, they are never ready for the first race because they are still molting. They molt the flights, the bodies is fine, but the flights is not complete. That happens when you start breeding after August. I believe guys are saying if you want to be ready at the first race, your birds, you must start breeding at the start of August. So hopefully in future I will be prepared. Nonetheless, so I had 4 birds that I could prepare of my race team of youngsters for the start of 2017 to partake in the Lainsburg. In comparison to my counterparts who speaking under correction, I am not entirely sure. I think we could basket 20 birds. Yeah, each fancier. The limit was 20 birds each fancier. I stand to be corrected with that number of birds, the limit. But for safety, between 15 and 20 birds we could basket. So I prepared 4 birds only. So our drive behind the mountain for us is direction Worcester closest. And I would take my time with those 4 birds. The guys that train birds in my area, they used to say, put your birds, they will come and what, and I was steadfast and said, no, I am not going to train pigeons which is not fit to be trained, which is not completely molted, because the only defense they have against aerial attacks is a complete molt with all the feathers intact. So if your bird is not too heavy, he can outfly or outmaneuver at least the falcon attacks. If not, your bird is going to fall victim to be a supper, dinner, breakfast, whatever the case may be on your training exercise. So I trained 4 birds and I entered 4 birds on the first race of Lainsburg 1 of 2017, which our first race was on the 3rd of June. So let me just add before I forget, we did have a fancier that clocked over the winning times that was disqualified because his times were punching right on top of each other with a manual clock, and you couldn't distinguish now the first bird, second bird, third bird, whatever the case may be. Okay, and for that reason he was disqualified. But there was 3 other fanciers that clocked on that same minute, which was in our club, which was a 3 minutes past 1. So me being patient, training 4 birds only, I had 2 on the first drop, of which my birds placed 3rd and 4th. So my first time was 3 minutes past 1, and then my second time, let me see, 3 minutes past 1 and 28 seconds, and then my second bird would be 4 minutes past 1 and 7 seconds. So of my 4 birds and our member total was 20 guys, 20 competitors, and our positions, it was a 20. It seems like it. But let me just show you guys the result rather, instead of reading it, so that you can see for yourself. Okay, there you have it guys. So I have, or had with my patients, 50% of the birds that I entered made the top. Let me see, if there's 20 positions, half of it would be 50%, half of that would be 25%, so made the top 25%. 50% of the birds that I entered made the top 25% of the race results. Let me put it that way, out of 20 birds that counted for points. So that is patience guys. So yesterday what I did is I again chased my birds outside for training, just to see where they're at, and they were out of breath. It was hard. It was hard for them. For some of them, they came in, the beaks is hanging open. So I just reminded myself and decided to make a video rather regarding patience, because I have patience with birds, and I know it pays off. Out of experience, like I explained now on the 2014 the results of Tennyson and its long distance, the longest race point for WCTPA at the time. I still believe it could be still the longest race. So yeah, I was cleaning Loft and I chased the birds out, and some of them returned to the Loft within 2-3 minutes. Others took a bit longer, and then eventually the falcon came and he started chasing. So I don't know if it works, but for some reason, since a few years already, I tend to whistle, and in my presence he hasn't caught one of my birds yet. He was close though, but he hasn't caught in my presence yet. However, did catch, while my son was taking care of the birds, that he would notify me the falcon has scored one bird or what, but never in my presence, because every time I'm at the loft and the birds are loft training and I see he makes his appearance and makes attempts to catch one, I whistle, and then it wouldn't be long and then he's off. Or he would rather make a few attempts sitting, because I'm living close to the trees, as you maybe seen in previous videos. So he will come and land close to where the loft is and then wait for the birds once they make attempts to the loft, and then start chasing again. But yeah, I was just lucky in that regard, in my presence, not to have a bird get caught. Yeah, so I just want to show you guys maybe 2 or 3 birds, how bad my birds, the feathers are, how bad it was the first quarter of the year in my absence here. And I will just have to be really patient as I've been in the past. There's nothing actually rushing me or pushing me, chasing me, except for the desire and the urge to want to race again. I will, as my previous video, I will enter with that one bird, and I will try to exercise caution when training that bird, because I want it to last and to be ready for the first race. So I want anything to happen to the bird, so I must now plan strategically how I'm going to train. So let me start with this tiny. There you can see no tail, the flights. The number 2 is chipped right at the tip almost. And then let me see, it's 3, 6, 9. So she dropped the number 9, then she must drop number 10. So she still has number 10 to drop, and then same thing here. There's 3 flights. So it's number 1, number 4, number 6 that is chipped or broken off right at the tip, and then she must still drop a number 10 flight. Then there's no tail feathers, guys. No tail feathers. I can count 1, 2, that is 2, 3, 4, 5. That is still in the tail feathers that is broken. But there, I don't know if you can see, there is 1 tail feather growing. As far as I can see, I didn't pull it. They are molting every day when I clean loft. There is broken feathers that is lying about in the loft. So that is 1 bird. That is how bad the birds are with regards to their feathers, and that is the reason these birds, my loft is open currently. They can go in and out. I'm going to clean now, but they will rather move from one compartment to the other, avoiding me, but they will not go out. So I'm not gonna force them out. That is a mistake, guys. If you are forcing your birds outside, that is where you're going to lose the bird, because if that bird takes to the air, in actual fact, the older birds like that one, they know to rush to the loft, because this is where their safety is. And I believe the bird also knows that she, like in the Dun's case, she knows she doesn't have a chance outside against the falcon. He's gonna catch her with no effort. And yeah, just learn from the birds. Don't force them outside. Be patient. Exercise patience. I know I was there. I tend to also in the past, you force your way while the birds is not ready. Don't let your fellow club fans tell you train your birds, you're gonna fall behind. Fall behind, there's no rush. I had in 2017, I had a fairly good season. I won 3 races. Yeah, I won the Springfontein, the Kimberley with the same bird. I won the Bridgetown. I went 3rd on the Bloemfontein. I started with a 3rd and 4th place. Victoria West 2nd and 5th. So yeah, it wasn't that bad. The birds did well, but that was because I was patient. So you will catch up with the other guys once the other birds are ready. So it's unfortunate that they are behind with the molting. As I returned home now, I actually activated their molt with the care that I was giving them. I mean, I don't blame my son. It's my fault. And it's not his hobby. He was just doing me a favor because I don't know who else was going to take care of them. But nonetheless, let me get to maybe 2 or 3 other birds, and just to show you guys how bad the feathers are, and to encourage you to be patient, because it's going to pay off. We will follow as time goes on to see what the progress is with the training and how it goes with the race results. I was checking out my book, my records of how I bred my birds, and some of the birds I was actually amazed to see that there's a lot of them that if I must draw up a family tree, that they come together. So I must be cautious with breeding with some of these birds in future. I think I also want to show you guys birds that is nearing the completion of their molt, and that is looking good. Yeah, we have a very beautiful blue. This bird is actually drawing a lot of attention. It's getting my attention. I don't know, it's just a lovely bird. I don't like to handle pigeons. if I get to others, their loft, and people tend to just handle the bird and just do this and that. I'm not one of those. I don't like it. I also don't like people handling my bird, so I'd rather do that and stand here so that you can see the bird. So this one is looking absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. That is one of the birds that I don't know, there's a shade of a darker blue on the top of the head that is just drawing my attention for some reason. Isn't now this bird? No, it's not this one. It could be another bird, but this one is also looking very, very nice. The weight of this bird is, I don't know, it's just amazing. Okay guys, here's the blue with a little bit of a darker shade on the top of the head that is drawing my attention. That is the actual bird. So they don't look too far apart, I mean with features. But that is some of the birds that is looking very, very nice. But both of them are still dropped there, number 10. So yeah, that is that for beautiful birds. Let me give you some of the most messed up birds. Okay, then we have one like that, and that feathers are really, really bad. The silver also, the silver millie, the feathers are bad, 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 bad. But they, like this blue one in front of you now, is going through a bit of a mold. Still, a bit of body mold. The silver millie, the tail, it's just a disaster. Yesterday they were out with the rest of the pack and it was a bit of a struggle for them to keep up. So yeah, they were just all over the place in the air. Didn't look nice. But, and the other thing, they were pantering when they came down. But it's fitness, it's all it is. And yesterday also it was a bit hot. There was some of the birds is actually in not too bad of a shape or condition. They in the heat, even though all the beaks were hanging open, they were flying in the heat every time, shortly after each other, taking to the air. And even with a falcon, yeah, so it's not, some of them are not too bad, even though I don't prefer to train the birds when they're not complete with a molt. I did it in the past and I lost some birds. The benefit of that is when the birds are eventually ready, then you don't have to hesitate to enter them into the races. However, I don't prefer to do that. I would like the bird to be complete with a molt and then train it like that and then race. So yeah, that I did in the past. I'm not doing that anymore. I will exercise my patience, as I'm stating about patience, or my video is about being patient. Yeah, that is that guys, for patience. I will see you guys on the next video when we are doing training, I believe. is where we'll see each other again. It's my beautiful blue. I like this bird. There's a few of them that I like that one. Guys, thank you for watching. Take note, be patient. We'll get there. I am in the process of building another loft. Let me show you guys. I said in the previous video I'll show you with the new stock loft that I'm busy with. I want to see, there's a few birds outside and they're flying lekker, they're enjoying themselves. Show you guys how it's going there. And there they go. So as I said, while my loft is open, there is birds that's going out, and there's also birds that is cautious. They know better not to go out. It's unsafe and it's dangerous. Like these ones, I don't even worry if the falcon comes, but those ones that I showed you of bad feather quality or how bad the condition of the feathers are, I'm very worried about them because I know they will be caught very easily. And I don't breed birds or keep them to feed the falcons. You must go and get feed elsewhere. Okay, so yeah, there you can see, guys, this is my new structure. There's already one dog kennel in here with my camp in front for the dogs when I'm isolating them when the females are on heat. So we just put the side on now the other day. So what's gonna happen is there's one kennel for the dogs, and then there's gonna be a kennel here, and this I must clean out here. So that's gonna be a kennel, dog kennel, and that space there is gonna be a dog kennel, and then on the opposite side, yeah, I'm gonna make two kennels with just enough height for the dog to stand in or stand upright, not on two legs though, on his four legs. And then the rest of this space here on top is going to be for the birds, and this passage here will also be for the birds. So I'll be having my stock birds in here with the dogs underneath, or separating them under this one roof. So yeah, that is the patient video. There's my security. This one likes to eat my birds, but not in my presence. Nah, Rexy, stouter motor. And that one too. There's the mother, she was also a problem. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll catch each other again when the races, when the training commences for me. I must still join a club or indicate where I'm going to race. I would like to also fix my loft a bit and give it a paint and make it look nice. But I tend to enjoy the fact that you don't have to have a beautiful loft to have good performances with the pigeons. I want to rather what do you call it? I get a kick out of it, if I can put it that way. If I beat the guy with a beautiful loft. The other thing that I also enjoy is when guys tend to post this is a whatever breed or a whatever line. Kom weer uit in camera. Whatever line bird, and at the start of the season that is the norm. Guys tend to, I've got this, or I bred that, and I got this new Brian, kom weer. I got this and I have this new bird, and but when the races is on, you don't hear about that bird. I would also like to hear about which birds it is that I beat the week. So when you enter your pigeons for the race, also tell us what it is, what is bred of, what is the line, so that I know I beat that bird imports. You know, I used to joke and say when I competed in the FBHU car races, I made fun and I said, "Muni muni baklaini." I said, guys, they bought birds for very expensive birds to put them on the top of the game, and yet I came, I bred reserves, my own birds, and ended up with the 3rd place of the completion of the call competition. So I guess it's, if you know, you have the quality already, then you don't have to go buy. And to be honest, I never went to buy birds. Money. All I have is birds that I got for free. And I must say, I'm very stingy. I don't want to give a feather of my birds away. It's just, maybe it's the way I grew up, didn't have much or whatever the case may be. So my pigeons is my everything. And then the dogs, but I hate this when they are want to fight or being boring. Hey, stop it. So yeah, guys, we'll chat again in due time. In due time, when the races start or when the training commences, as I said, I will keep you guys up to date. And yeah, we're gonna enjoy racing. I'm excited to get back. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.